Are you aware that I was the first American officer in that Cal? Besides, we didn't liberate one of the camps. Nobody liberated them. They were gone when we got there. Up in that time, I've never mentioned it. My kids had an idea where I was and so forth, but never discussed it with them. But the Holocaust is another thing I didn't want them to know, because I saw it every night of my life, what I saw. And I didn't want to infect them with it. It was enough that I had it. I never talked about the Holocaust until 2 years ago.
I'd like to start to talk about it.
I got a call one night while I was on my computer from a young lady. Incidentally, I never talked about it. 2 years ago, February. 2 years ago. 2 years ago now, this February. I was sitting on my computer, a phone rang. This young lady said, "You Colonel Shames?" I said, "Yes." "I am so-and-so." Elizabeth Archer, A-R-C-H-E-R. "Do you know who I am?" I said, "I know who the Archers are, but I don't remember Elizabeth Archer." The Archer family was a family that used to designate spots for us to have our reunions. And the whole family did it on their own because they loved us and chose venues, set it up for us, no charge at all, and worked while we were having our thing, our parties and whatever you call them, reunions. And she said she was there a couple of years with me. I said, "Of course, I remember your sister, Elizabeth, Liz." I said, "But I don't remember you." Elizabeth was a gal who was connecting with the president of our organization. And she sort of took records, and she made this and that and so forth, made appointments for us, the hotels and what have you. Beth used to just come and work while we had our reunion, 4 days. So I said, "Well, fine." I said, "What can I do for you?" She said, "I'm also on the committee for the Holocaust Commission of Arizona." I said, "Oh," I said, "that's fine." I said, "What has that got to do with me?" She said, "Well, we just came from a meeting of the commission, and the city of Chandler is going to build a memorial, Holocaust memorial." I said, "Young lady," I said, "I still don't understand what that's got to do with me at all." She said, "I know that you were the first American officer in that Cal." She said, everybody knows that you were there in Landsberg because the whole regiment hit Landsberg." I said, "You still haven't answered my question. What has that got to do with me?" She says, "Well, at the meeting tonight, they were trying to get a keynote speaker to kick off this memorial. And it's going to be a $20 million thing." I said, "Oh," I said, "that's fine." I said, "But that still has no connection with me." She says, "We know you were the first American officer in that Cal." "I know." I said, "Lady, how do you know that?" She said, "Well, I've been to reunions," and she said, "Men talk." So I said, okay, so maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. I said, but still, you have an answer. She said, I told the people that you would be ideal to be the keynote speaker. I said, are you a Jew? She said, no, I'm not. She said, but I have Jewish friends. And she says, they invited me, half a year ago, and I used to come to their meetings every month. And this is the month that we talked about keynote speaker, and I told them who you were. So I said, I appreciate that. I said, but if you got anything else to talk about, I do it. I said, but I don't want to talk about that anymore. Thank you very much. Good night. This was about 10 o'clock at night. It was only 7 o'clock in Arizona. So I'm still on the computer. And that night, Providence, what happened? One of the pop-ups. Anthony Jones is running for Congress from the southern part of Illinois. Who's Anthony Jones? A rabid anti-Semite, members of the Ku Klux Klan, white supremacist organizations, so forth and so on. A group that celebrates Hitler's birthday. Now see this? This is 2012 or 10 or whatever the hell it was. 12. And here's a guy that's, I said, my God, what the hell is going on in this world? So I picked up the phone. I had the number in my phone. I had the number. Called. Spoke to the girl. And I said, you're the girl, the lady that just called me. Yes, I am. I said, what do you want me to do? She said, what do you mean? I said, they want me as keynote. Who do I talk to? She said, by God, I'll have the man call you right away. She says, I'm going to get him on the phone. She said, this is great. So I got him on the phone. That's when I talked to 2,000 men, 2,000 people in Arizona, and I hit a home run there in my talk. And since then, I've done 3 or 4 more, that's all. Because this one thing it cuts me up when I talk about it. I think about it, I still think about it at night. So that's it.
If you had to sum it up in one word, what you saw, what would you say?
There's no such thing. There's no such thing. What I saw. It's not only unbelievable, but it's so much unbelievable, it's incredible in any other words that you can possibly. I'm not smart enough to coin a word for it.